Hello and welcome back. We are continuing season 28 and we are Building Better Developers, the Developreneur podcast. Actually, let's say we're Developreneur, the Building Better Developers podcast, because people have so much trouble with Developreneur. So we're just giving that up. I think we're just like, although I love the little, we have like a nice little icon and stuff like that. And I still think this is a word that's going to catch, because I think as we get more into AI and people being able to use AI with their developer skills to very quickly spin up entire organizations, sometimes AI slops, sometimes not. I think we're going to see the developreneur become more of a thing. So you heard it here first. But more importantly, you've probably heard it from me first, but you're going to hear it again. I'm Rob Broadhead, one of the founders of Developreneur, better known as Building Better Developers. And I am also the founder of RB Consulting, where we help you find clarity, we help you avoid organizational drag, so you avoid expensive technology mistakes before they happen. Get your investment right and make sure that you're not yet another statistic. Good thing and bad thing. Good thing is, oh gosh, this is a challenge because we've got so many good things. But good thing for me is travel, is being able to I am in a season of life that I am very regularly out there doing different stuff, exploring the world, seeing all kinds of cool stuff. And I'm looking at you, everybody in the world. There's a lot of cool stuff out there with you. So if you ever get a chance, just check places out, check out the stories and things like that. Bad news is, there are some areas of the world that the stories are just really emotionally heavy and not the happiest thing. It's like the world is not full of happy endings. There are some people and places and things that have gone through some stuff, we'll say. And, it's like your heart bleeds and stuff like that. Sometimes it's going to be a little tough, but it's always good to know, there's good knowledge and bad knowledge out there, I guess. But it's the things that you can't unsee, but you can unsee Michael. You can just hit pause or something like that. But you can't unhear the incredible introduction he's about to give.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, everyone. My name is Michael Meloche. I'm one of the co-founders of Building Better Developers, also known as Developreneur. I'm also the founder of Envision QA, where we work with businesses to assess their systems, identify what's slowing them down, and guide you towards the right solution instead of guessing or overbuilding. Too many times businesses are struggling, especially in the world of AI. That's where we come in. Good thing, bad thing. Still, Tennessee weather is horrible, unpredictable. That's the bad thing. Good thing, moving on some projects, getting into some other things, and looking forward to some new ideas I'm trying to flesh out for Q4.
Yes, Q4 is almost upon us as we are recording this, but what definitely is upon us is part 2 of this episode. So we are going to pick up right where we left off, part 2 of our interview with Amit. So you've got it sounds like you've got a pretty wide range of places that you're doing reviews for, and that. How have you guys built some sort of metrics or scoring system or something like that you have internally to help you once you get all of the AI summarized reviews? Do you have a way to I guess we'll say score or rank reviews so that you have something that's useful to the users, so that you can compare? Do a direct compare from mentor A and mentor B, or is it really more? Are you really relying more on the human side of reviews, saying like this guy's great or this guy's not that great?
Yeah, well, in the end of the day, it's like a marketplace. So you want to get into Allpod, and then you search for the first node, and you want to find it by any other category. It can be like score, it can be like price, it can be mainly those two. Actually, you can also choose learning format, whether it's course or coach, but mostly it's by score and price. So what we do when you live in a review, there are some parameters that you are rated by, and quality of the mentor, enjoy the process of learning, results, and you give a grade 1 to 5 to each one. And from this, you get your review is get average of 1 to 5 by all data that you tell us. And we, of course, aggregate it with all the other users in order to get the overall score, which is 1 to 5 score.
So how far back do you, is there how do you get all of the data? Is there something where you've gone back, or you try to keep it to sites that have over 100 reviews or something like that? How do you handle the situations where, some of these places are just starting and they have very minimal, reviews that are on a Trustpilot or one of those kinds of sites? Are you scouring and scraping all these trust sites to get it, or are you generating your own review data from select sites?
So we have a couple of reasons, a couple of methods, because it's really, really spread, and there is no such place that concentrate all the things. So the first thing is we wanted to focus on controversial mentors, not on a mentor that everyone is saying he's good, or also on them, but we wanted to be controversial, to help people to decide whether this mentor is good or not, and they for mentor that we can really save people from. And what we did is we took those mentors, and of course also other good mentors, because we also wanted to recommend them good mentors that we believe they're good, because we after a lot of meetings we got to out for these things. So and then we took the reviews from Trustpilot and from the students and community and forums, and we talked to the students, and we just try to outreach them like for a few months we just try to outreach them like crazy until we got it.
Now, how do you? This is a wide problem. This is one of those. It's a very broad area to start with, and we always talk about niching down and niching down a little bit. And how do you keep this from just being is your goal to be a review of any kind of review that's out there, or have you started with smaller bite-sized chunks, like maybe specific types of mentors or specific types of courses?
So let's say for courses, if you say online courses, we have a lot of things that can come up. There is like a Udemy course, which is like $9 and mostly like a presentation or something like that. There is an online course by Institute or something like that. And there are mentors like creator-led education, people who are posting content and then want to teach you more about their expertise. So that was our focus. Our main focus is to focus on, let's say, online courses that are created by mentors. And by definition, for mentor is someone who is posting content and he is the face of his company, and you are learning directly from him, not by his students, not by any other place than him.
So it's interesting. So, you're still talking broad, that you're kind of pulling in a lot of information. How do you go find this information? I mean, are you regional specific? Are you just looking all over? Because, I mean, there is a lot of information out there, good and bad. And as Rob mentioned before, some of these startups or some of these instructors or coaches use tools like Udemy, use tools like Teachable that may just be getting started, and they don't have a lot out there. How do you define quality when you go find these reviews, go find these classes and such?
So we started by getting the information about the class and about the course. So we try to really focus on very, very objective data. For example, what you're going to learn about the creator, frequently asked questions, things that there is no way to translate them into this way or this way. Those are just objectively facts. And from there, we started to first research his review. Every mentor almost have like his own testimonial page where people are leaving review. We took what seems real from there. Also, a lot of them have Trustpilot or any other tools like that. We took that real from there. And a lot of them have like a community or Reddit focused list or something like that, where people are talking about them. So we researched those topics and we asked people about what do you think about him and him and him in order to understand whether it's good or not.
So when you're doing this research, you're looking at these sites, you're looking at these people. Are you also looking? You mentioned you're validating that their emails are valid, things along those lines. Are you also going out and looking at social media like LinkedIn, Facebook to see if they have an active presence there as well? Or is it just all focused on an online like website or Udemy or some type of course?
You mean for the course creator?
Yes.
For the course creator, I think, entirely focused on creator. It means they are posting on Instagram, they are posting on LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. places like that, and we took those people because on Udemy you have reviews, and from Udemy also you have low ticket courses. We wanted to focus on the high ticket courses that people really, really need reviews in order to decide.
Gotcha. So you go from the social media to finding the mentors there.
Exactly.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought it was the other way around. That's where I was confused.
That's connected to the other question that we are not very broad because we are focused mainly on the content creator, social media gurus.
Gotcha. Okay. That was my disconnect. Sorry. I had it backwards. I thought you were doing it the other way. All right. That makes more sense. So so you're going out and you're doing this, you're building this database, you're building these reviews. Are you building kind of a mentor selector, like that someone could come in and search for, like, hey, I need someone for this type of course, like say Java development, and it's going to say, hey, here's all your Java developer, coaches and courses? Or is it more of a community where you come in and say, hey, I'm looking for this, and then you get feedback from everyone on the site and hear all the reviews and things of that nature? I'm kind of curious how the user experience is.
No, the first one, it's operating like marketplace. For let's take Yelp, which is like we are the Yelp for online courses or online creator-led education.
Nice. So one more and I'll pass it back to you. So with this online experience that you have, are you currently focused for all media? Is it just web? And with that, are you also plugged into AI tools? So if I were using like ChatGPT, Anthropology, any of the AI tools, if they were to say, hey, go look at this site and find me these things, will it be able to go search you, or are you blocked from the AI tools from being able to utilize your site to pull in information?
Yeah, so of course web, because people will look into Google or something like that and they want to find the reviews. And about the AI, of course, I think it's like we talked earlier about the AI overview is replacing my traffic. So I think the AEO or GEO or whatever you're going to call it are the next thing. And we work really hard in order to then take the data. For example, when someone will look for this mental reviews, we work really hard to make sure the data the AI engine is taking is from us. And in that case, when someone will to know more or see more reviews, he will go into from the ChatGPT. He will offer him to go into Authors and find us and find the reviews, and that's how we give him the value for the user.
Now, one of the things that's really key in a situation like this, a system like this, is building trust. Do you have, when people are looking at reviews and looking at on your site for reviews, do you have backlinks to like where it comes from? Can they see where the sources came from so they could actually go back and even look maybe at the original reviews?
So no, we didn't do it because what we're trying to do is we're trying to do the place of the trust. So our promise is to make sure the review on Authors are the real one, and we are not taken from anywhere else that can be manipulated, or maybe the mentor can ask for review or take the review or anything like that. We don't trust it. So we always add what we trust, and we make sure that the other that's added is trustable, and because we want to be this source.
So what do you do? Because this is again where it starts getting really challenging. So what are the steps you're taking to build trust with your customers, with the people the users for your site?
Mm-hmm. So I think the first and obvious thing is, don't make sure they are not mistaken the mentor rating. It means making sure that, and let's say a mentor is not taking this reviews, and you see like a super controversial mentor with 300 reviews, and all of them are 5. It's depressing our trust because obviously it's fake, and obviously it's probably asked his closest fan only to review him. So I think the first thing. And the other one is more, I think, more like marketing. That's how the product is marketing thing when we work with the real creator and not with the fake one, and we give it our value and we spread it, and people are talking and people got value. And of course, I think the most important thing to trust is when someone is using Authors to choose tools and the tools is shows is really good. This is like a marketing asset that talk about us and talk about how Authors help him and build our trust over time.
Now, how do you, yeah, because this is another one. So over time, you'll have reviews that will be, sometimes they'll ebb and flow. They'll be very good. They'll be very bad. But then also you have reviews that go out and then maybe they get pulled back off the site or things like that. And then, of course, if you're summarizing along the way, you can lose some of that data. So um, how do you keep intact that original core data and make sure that you don't lose too much in translation, particularly from that AI summary piece where you're sort of taking them, summarizing them, and then passing them on? How do you ensure that AI doesn't cut too much out of it?
So I think that's more in the content engineering and the field that you are giving it. As long as you have more field, the data on each field will be more accurate as long as it's not too much. And then you need to create on its own. So that's the first thing. And we also trying to do that to make sure is because we give the mentor the option to improve. And let's say you got bad reviews and then you decided to switch your product and get it better. What we are doing is we take only the last 100 reviews of you or the reviews from your past year. It means if the reviews on your site are before, it's the first one and now you got 500 reviews and the first one was like 3 years ago, it will not get counted.
So you do try to do a weighted kind of approach to it, essentially, where the more the recent counts more than the past.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can always improve. On the online tools, it's not like a hard product to build. You can just decide that if you want to take it shorter, and you can. And we want to give them the chance, and also to the student the chance to find real process. And we don't want them to miss opportunities like that.
And that makes sense. One of the interesting things you're talking about here, you're trying to become kind of the go-to place, the gold star for these mentors and for your students in these reviews. But how are you going to stand out? How are you going to ensure the quality of your reviews that they aren't going to become, everyone's going to look at them and say, oh, this is just AI. How are you going to ensure the quality of this and basically get the trust of the students, the people coming to your site, that what they're reading is really a real review, especially if you don't have link backs to the original messages?
So I think it's going back to the job of building like a great product that makes sure the reviews are trustable. And from there on, the rest will follow because once you got real reviews and once you get a system that knows to detect the review, detect the bad reviews, make sure no one can fake it, no one can do what he wants. So once you get that, the product is just leading it and the product will make it count.
So do you have any concerns that in 3 months, 6 months, that someone else could use AI and literally copy your site and spin up something similar, literally stealing your data and basically saying, hey, come to my site, it's better than yours?
And you always can do it. You can also do it, for other places like eBay, but it will not help you so much because first people will not trust you. The second, you got the supply and you got the demand, which means people are checking you, and of course you have got the Google authority from your, if you copy my content, Google will not give you authority like I have, and it's affecting me. And from the other side, the creators are working with me, and a lot of creators want to get rated and want to show their proof is great to the people. And as long as they're doing it reliably, they want to work with me and they want to use my site as a marketing tool.
Excellent. Now, I got a couple other questions for you. So one, what is the biggest challenge that you see? I guess we're almost into Q4, but what is the biggest challenge that you see for the remainder of the year in getting your business out there, growing your business and getting people to your site?
And I feel two things. And one is just increasing the distribution, just getting more people to find you on Google, get more creators to use all to their own business, just building the distribution. And the other thing is making sure the AI does not beat the SEO. And I really wish that, all the news about AI is eating SEO, AI is ruining Google, something like that, will not be true. I believe they will not be true. That's why I'm in this business. But, sometimes you might be wrong. So that is the one challenge. And even if this is challenge, we will make sure to overcome it. And I'm sure that there will be some ways to overcome it. Business, even if it's from like AOGO or press or I don't know.
Now, so we talked about this year. What is the next thing or the next feature, or what is the direction that you want to take your company going into the next year, 2 years, 3 years, with the knowledge that AI is advancing very quickly? Things are changing. The whole internet is changing, the way we do things online, especially around AI. What challenges do you see in your future, and how do you plan to grow your business over the next few years?
So the side of being on Google and being first on Google and focusing on it, I also focus on getting a guy to use my data as the go-to for anyone who's looking for tools or for reliable tools or for reviews for specific mentors. My goal is to make the ChatGPT Claude take the data from me and recommend it to other people, because if you can beat them, join them. And that's why they will use my data, and this is a huge advantage because there is like a huge note of ChatGPT only recommended courses from all posts, and it's valuable for everyone who's using, whether it's user or creators.
Mute buttons can be challenging these days. That's like, I mean, that's, I love your idea of, if you can't beat them, join them. Is it, and that's a good, I think that's always a great long-term strategy, is to try to get to a point where you are the source of data. Gathering that and getting trust in it obviously is always going to be that's the hurdle. But then once you've got it, it's worth it to other organizations and to start sort of working off of you, a la like a Trustpilot and some of those that have become very well known because they did it right long enough. So it takes a little time to do that, but it also takes a little time for us to have a episode. And since we're running out of time, I want to say thank you for your time and appreciate you for hanging out with us. What is, if somebody's been curious about your site or just curious about what you do and how you do it, what's the best ways for them to get a hold of you?
So always I'm on allpros.io, and if anyone wants to talk with me, get in touch with me, you can always get into my LinkedIn or my X. LinkedIn, Amit Zandberg, that's where I am. I think I'm the only Amit Zandberg in the world. So you will find me.
Excellent. And we will make sure that we have links in the show notes for those. So those of you guys that are listening, so you don't have to pull over or accidentally crash while you're trying to take notes of these things. So. Well, thank you so much for your time and hanging out. For those of you who are listening, thank you for hanging out and working on your becoming better developer skills today. This is definitely one of those that it's always interesting to talk about a startup and launching a business and some of the challenges that are there, particularly because it always does come back to what's the problem you're solving and how do you make sure that you do it in a way that is repeatable and, in this case, trustable. So hopefully these are some good questions for you to ponder with whatever your latest side hustle is. And best of luck with it. And let us know if you have any questions that we can help you out. As always, though, go out there and have yourself a great day, a great week, and we will talk to you next time. And so, what's a bonus? What's something that you would offer to somebody? Let's say that would be somebody's out there looking for a mentor. What's some words of wisdom that you would give to help them find the best mentor for them?
And I think there are a few steps. I think the biggest one is, if you are ready to invest a lot of money into mentors, make sure, one, that you have knowledge about the industry before. And the other thing is, make sure that he's giving you like unique insight that you can't get anywhere else, and he's open your mind and just make you think about the things differently. And that's where you can assure that he know what he's talking about. And even if you, most of the time, even if you got 10% of his knowledge, it's worth it. It's worth probably any money if it's in the business niche and it's a real one.
That is good. Is it's yeah, you want to make sure that you're getting somebody that's going to be a right fit and somebody that's that fits your industry, your career, your goal. So.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I think we can wrap this one up. Thank you so much again from the video side. Now, everybody that's had to watch us for the last couple episodes here as we go through this, but thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will, like I said, we'll turn this around very quickly. So we'll be able to share links with you, and you can pass it on to all your friends, family, and social networks. And if there's anything we can do, let me know. We'll be happy to help you out wherever we can.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Amit.
you.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.